I am the host of your favorite program on public access TV, Education Exchange, from Channel 18 and Channel 21 cable television. And it is my pleasure tonight to welcome you to our new episode with my family from Tate High School. To my right side is one of the leading teachers of the alternative program in Iowa City. Are you doctor already? You are about. Doctor, I will call you doctor, so that's it. Dr. Daniel Kinney is on my right-hand side, and next to him is Devin, an important leader, student leader in all activities at Tate High. And next to him is Alex and Jose, two huge artists that are helping Mr. Daniel Kinney in outreaching the community with beautiful art, murals, history of murals and your history, your legacy. You have been doing murals all over the world, from Africa to the Middle East to Central America. You've been all over. And you have done a lot of work with diverse group of people, Latino, African people. You have been to Uganda. You work with the Iraqis, artists. And you have vast experience. And it's actually a great privilege to have somebody like you leading the art program at Tate High. You now have the floor to introduce your wonderful three musketeers and tell us something about yourself first, and then we move to Tate and their participation and contribution to our community.
Okay, great. Thank you, Hani. I've known Hani for several years because Hani and I taught together. He sort of welcomed me into the Tate family at Tate High School, our alternative high school, and he was the art teacher for so many years, and he painted murals with kids in the community, and that influenced me greatly. In fact, I remember seeing Hani's murals downtown in Iowa City as a child, you know, I guess it was painted when I was in junior high school, and then I saw it over the years. It evolved, and I learned more about Hani when I was in college as an undergraduate at the University of Iowa, the work that he was doing. So that was very influential to me. And as I became a teacher, I incorporated mural painting into my instruction with my students because it was a great way to get them out of the classroom and into the community and teach skills of teamwork and planning and execution, and there are so many good things that go along with mural painting. So I began to do that, and I began doing that in Arizona first, where I had my first job with kids that were primarily immigrants from Mexico at a junior high. Next I moved to the Twin Cities in Minnesota, and I taught for 5 years there. I was a high school art teacher, and I stepped it up a notch. We began to paint murals for the principal in the hallways in the school, and that Minneapolis is also where I met
the Iraqi artist.
An Iraqi artist who was in exile. Haider El-Amari was in Minnesota as part of a refugee program. He had fought in the insurgency in the first Gulf War and had been the UN had brought him to Minnesota, where there are a lot of people that we have, you know, in exile, and so he was painting murals in Minneapolis, and I volunteered my time and met him, and he essentially taught me everything that I know now about painting larger murals. So when I moved back to Iowa City, and I found a job at Tate High School, here I was again I had returned to my roots, and Hani and I taught together side by side for a couple of years before Hani decided it was time to become, time to be a full-time writer again, and he began a TV show. So I teach at Tate High School now, and I'm continuing that tradition begun by Hani. And we're now painting a mural at Mercer Park. We're beginning that this spring, and I've painted several in the community. And my students here are really what is behind the generation of these murals. They come up with the ideas. I'm just there to guide them. And their messages...
And to learn from them, as a matter of fact.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time that I'm involved in painting a mural, I'm learning from the students and the participants. It's a whole process that's sort of a living thing. And that's how I think of the murals.
Because you and I, with all the experience in art, we still get confined with the rules, and they are more spontaneous.
Yes, yeah.
And it comes like innate, and that's why it's so fresh and creative. And that I learned a lot from my kids, as a matter of fact, how not to obey the rules so much, but to respond to this spontaneity.
Yes, yes, and that's how it feels like a living work of art.
Right.
Absolutely. So to my right is Devin Detman, Alex Alvarado, and Jose Pulido. Three excellent artists that are going to share this experience with me this fall, among other students. I have a group of about 10 students that are going to help. So,
what's remarkable in what you told me earlier about Devin, for instance, that he's not only an artist, but he's a straight A student, which gives us an idea, gives the community an idea how positive this school is. Because, we are still fighting the stigma of, oh yeah, that's Tate, oh, those are the kids. But now, here is an example. The three of you coming to the frontier, showing the people that you can make their city more beautiful by your contribution, which is essential, critical, right? What do you think?
I agree with you 100%, Hani.
And you see the positive among kids, right?
Yeah.
Rather than the negative image that sometimes spreading around, right?
Yeah, when you're known as that school, you got a chip on your shoulder and you have to prove people wrong all the time.
And sometimes people are there simply because they are individuals. They don't like the hallways, the crowded hallways. They don't like to be pushed right and left.
Right.
They don't like to be told always what to do. They need some independence. They need some freedom. Not necessarily, troublemakers. Everywhere there are troublemakers.
Correct. Yeah. At Tate High School, it's an alternative high school. The numbers are smaller. The teachers know students more personally, and we try to individualize every student's experience so that they don't feel lost in a crowd, but they feel valued for who they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think that at Tate, there are a lot of self-expressive kids, and I think that art is self-expression. So, if you want some good art, you're in the right place.
Yeah, art class at Tate is a unique experience in high school art, I think.
With a bunch of unique characters you'll find around every corner. It's no cookie cutter.
No, I like this
group.
We have a really diverse group at Tate, don't we?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the beauty about it is how the harmony of diversity works there. I mean, it's not the school when you go to the restaurant or the cafeteria and you find African American kids on the table, separated from Latino kids, white kids, Caucasian are separate. It's all together. There is harmony there. Sometimes it takes time to create that, but still much better. You don't see the fights and conflict sometimes that's in a big school. I mean, there is a peaceful quiescence there. You can feel everywhere you go in at Tate.
I think everybody gets along with everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we are all in the same boat. You know.
Yeah.
Let us make something out of it.
Jose, do you agree?
Yeah.
It feels different from the bigger high schools, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And I think a common experience for kids when they first get to Tate is that they're transitioning from that larger high school mindset, but they realize, I don't know how long it takes
I think in
each
normal
person,
school, everybody tries to impress everybody.
Yeah.
And at Tate, everybody just,
Everybody
Oh, you're just another student.
yeah, I don't need to impress you.
No.
You don't need to impress me.
so people are more accepting of differences.
Yeah.
And I know, of course, I mean, your teachers, without any exaggeration, you have really very select group of teachers. Very select.
My teacher's cool.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
are, all of them, at least, the least has a master, or at least one master, you know. So that makes the education there even stronger. And how about your ambitions and aspirations? I would like to hear from you something about the future. How do you see your future, Devin?
I hope someday to have a degree in criminal justice. It's a family thing. And my mom did it before me, and she did it at Kirkwood too. So I thought, why not?
And so what are you doing this fall?
I'm enrolling at Kirkwood for criminal justice.
Oh, wonderful.
He's going to college.
Great. How about Alex?
Well, Tate's really connected with Kirkwood, and so you don't really have to find them, they'll find you. And so I'm kind of already enrolled at Kirkwood for like science classes, I'm pretty sure. And so hopefully I go to Kirkwood.
And Jose?
I'd like to one day go to college for art. Or something.
For art.
He's so talented.
He is. He has drawings.
So now let us move to the murals. You are now you made already a lot of murals, and one of them was in Mercier Park before.
Well, Weatherby Park.
Weatherby
Yeah,
Park.
Weatherby Park. We painted one at Creekside Park and Weatherby Park, and both of those were supported by the Parks and Recreation Division. One function, the central function they serve is as a community gathering point and beautifying the environment. A secondary function they serve is that it sort of wards away graffiti that might end up there. People seem to respect the murals, and I believe it'll have the same effect at Mercer Park on the old pool building where we're painting. At this point, it's just a wall. It's a drab wall. There's nothing interesting about that wall. But
And how did you come up with the idea? I mean, how do you come up with a theme or with a picture? What did you do?
Well, he just told us to draw stuff that people would do at a park, like sports or be outside, just do stuff like that.
And so you do sketches or something, and then
And he just helped us out, like how we're gonna like lay out and stuff.
so the kind of organization of all this together,
Yeah.
tying them together, making sense of all of them. And you as an artist, you know, you do is there a leadership role for you? Because not every student, you know, some people say, I have never done mural before, or I have never held a brush in my hand.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I like art, and like I guess I'll take like leadership because I like doing that, and like it inspires me and stuff.
Jose is very talented with the visual arts. He has an eye for design and for creating visual arts. Although he's not painted on a wall before, have you? He hasn't done a mural yet,
No.
unless I'm mistaken. Okay, so, but students like Jose find success very quickly because of this participatory way that we paint murals, which I like to design the mural in such a way that people can participate at whatever level they feel comfortable. And I sort of take a lead and I let others follow and fill in and add things, and we all sort of work back and forth.
So back to you, Dan. Now you are going to get your doctorate very soon, and you are teaching already in the University of Iowa, art students and teachers to be. Are you going to be a professor of art, and then I think you're going to miss this school?
I plan to stay at Tate High School. That's really where I belong.
Yeah.
I feel so fortunate to have found that setting and these kids to work with. It's the most engaging thing I can imagine.
The most rewarding.
And the most rewarding.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, it happens with me many times, and I get the same question: why you're here? Why you don't go teach somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's too different. Too different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like teaching in the university, you see the guy, with all due respect, at high V, and he say, "Oh, your name is Hani. I think I took a course from you." But with kids that you taught at Tate or at CHAC or CEC before that, you have a lifelong relationship with them. Now I know their kids. And I see their kids, and they say, "Oh, you taught my mother. She said that you were a good teacher." And sometimes things happen like I was in the hospital. I was sick in the hospital. And the person who put the IV for me was one of my students. Imagine this, my life. I had a heart attack, and my life was in danger. And she is giving me the IV, my student. So that's how it is. And she was crying for me, and she said, "Honey, I want you to be good. I want you to be well. I will help you." Goes the extra mile to help me. And there is nothing like this relationship, and I know exactly what you feel. You may get more money, of course, in the university, but that doesn't compensate for that part.
Yeah, I think the important thing is that I've really found something that I love, and I don't feel that I need to go searching for something else. I think if you find what it is that makes
your niche, right?
Yeah, what it is that really feeds your passion and your soul, and what makes you engaged with life, then.
So let me ask you one question. And do you think that in order to be a teacher at your school, anybody can be a teacher, or you have to have certain traits, certain character, or what?
Well, at Tate High School, at the alternative high school, it does take a certain. Well, let's let these guys talk about it.
Yeah.
Patience.
You gotta learn how to work with the kids, because every kid is different.
Finesse.
Every kid has their own thing.
What did you say?
Finesse.
Finesse. Okay.
Can't be brutal. You gotta be smooth and easy sometimes.
And thick
So
skin.
you can't be like a lecturer.
Yeah,
teacher.
it's gonna be.
You gotta make the learning fun.
Yeah.
Like, make you want to learn it.
You mean you have to use a lot of different methods and strategies to fit everybody, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flexibility. Let's call it flexibility.
Yeah.
I think the teachers do a very good job of that, because they're like, since there's not that much kids, they help you. If you need help, you're gonna get the help.
Yeah.
If you need something, they're gonna help you with it. And I think that's good about Tate.
I mean,
I think like teachers in normal schools are like, they only focus on straight A, good two-shoe kids.
yeah.
But at Tate, I'm not going to say there aren't any, but there's a limited amount of them. So the teachers focus on everybody instead of just good kids.
And if no teacher ever thinks of a student as a lost cause.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, we are having a program about Dan Kinney and his kids tonight. We usually have a program about a school, but I think he's a school and by himself. So I would like you to tell me what's good about Dan.
He always helps you, and like if you need help with something that you can't
You know
do.
why I'm asking you about this? I'm asking you why I'm asking you this question. Not because I wanted you to say to compliment him, but I want you to talk to this camera so that there is a young teacher there who is inspired by this to see why this teacher is popular, why he's likable. So let me do like him. I'm trying to make you teach the audience seriously what it entails to have a good teacher.
They need to like the kids, first of all. You need to have a good relationship with the kids, because if you don't like each other and you get in arguments, you're never going to be able to learn. You're not going to be comfortable. You got to be comfortable with the kids first. And just, be nice, know how to like talk to people, not just, do this work and you got to do it by yourself. Nah, they help you and he helps you and just stuff like that. It's good.
I think is great about Mr. Kinney is that he's like not too serious, but he can be serious. He's like a guiding hand that plays with you. That sounds bad, I know, but like.
No, that's
what I mean.
perfect.
Like he promotes individuality instead of just be like that kid. It's be yourself. Draw this. Here's some paint. Draw a flower. It's not like draw a flower to these standards. It's
So he tries to kind of invest in your own capacity, without having you to imitate somebody else, or emulate someone else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not like the prototypical teacher, not all strict and stiff. He's laid back. He jokes around with students all the time, and I know me and him do it all the time. Yes, you. I mean, you can have the worst day you go into Kinney class, you're bound to get a laugh sooner or later. That's what I like about Kinney's class, but that's just me though. Some people might not say, but I feel like it's a warm atmosphere.
Feel more relaxed.
Yeah.
The formalities and the rigidity, stiffness.
Not this guy, no.
Okay. Now, I want you to tell me what students get from their experience in painting murals.
I think maybe the most important and tangible thing that they take away from being a part of painting a mural in the community is a sense that they had a hand in creating something for the community that is appreciated and that they can continue to see over the years. It's a tangible visual representation of what it was that they accomplished individually as part of a group effort in school. And I think that they carry with them that sort of confidence in their abilities to do greater things at the next level. And it's being a part of something that is there essentially for the rest of their lives for them to look toward as an accomplishment, I think is a valuable thing. And in addition to the time spent working with others and
problem solving.
Problem solving. So much problem solving goes into every mural painting experience. They're all unique in the end.
Yeah, even treating the wall itself, a crack there, how you're going to repair this crack before you paint it.
Or just put something in it.
Yeah.
Make it seem like something's coming out of the crack.
Yeah, and you have to try this, and it didn't work, and after a couple of days it cracks again, so you have to do something else. And this is kind of, error and trial and success eventually lead you to know how to solve this problem. And I agree with you. I mean, this collaboration, it makes a lot of understanding too, between cultures and between people.
Yeah, and
you have girls with you too.
There are I wasn't able to coax any of them to come join us tonight. But they're it's about half and half, or it's actually I think there are more girls in our group than boys this time.
And girls there have a very positive attitude.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to 50-50. I mean, you are, of course, you have to understand that we had actually at one time more girls at alternate school than boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there anything you want the people who are watching you now to know about you, about your school, about your teachers?
I'm Alex. Love Tate. It's a great school. This is Jose.
I'm
So,
Jose, and I think Tate's a really good school. Like, it helps you.
man, this guy should get a Shine Award.
You should.
He should get a Shine Award.
They are really, they love you. So now you have 1 minute and I have 1 minute to finish this, to conclude this. So you go first.
Oh, wow. Let's see.
Pressure.
1 minute to say anything I want to about Tate High School. I just would like to, I would like to thank this community for the support in funding our alternative high school and allowing us to have this setting for kids in which they're able to get individualized attention and, really find what it is about their abilities that is special for whatever it is that they want to do following school, whether they want to go back to one of the bigger schools or finish with us, whether they want to go straight into the workforce or go to college after high school.
I cannot thank you enough for a wonderful evening, wonderful spring evening. This show, of course, will be on Channel 18, which is public access TV Monday, usually at 7 o'clock, on Saturday at 1:30. And we are going to be on YouTube tomorrow night, so you can watch it, as well as public access TV website. In addition, of course, to Channel 21, which is the education channel. We'll be there many times. Many times you will turn your TV on and find yourself there.
Yeah.
I've seen Devin on TV before.
Yeah, you have done some programs with public access before.
I hope to do some more too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have. So, in the meantime, I would like to thank these people behind the glass window. That's Mr. John Karhoff.
Hi, Mr. Call.
He is the father of this show. He started it about 40 years ago? No. I'm always joking with him, and he beats me after the show. About 20 years ago, seriously. And with Mike Peterson, the producer and director. Of course, I would like to thank Alex. Alex is the floor director with us and the camera person. And the studio audience too. We have Steve here, and
such a big crowd today.
So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to thank our audience, and we need all your support for the alternative education, the kids. If you have any materials you want to donate to the art program, don't hesitate. If you have books you want to give, anything can help. This is a great school, great leaders for the futures, and I am honored in my history to be part of your legacy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you to my students.
Thank you.